My name is Corrinne Wolcoski. I am a landscape painter and I paint the West Coast. There's something so incredible about the pristine beauty of this part of the world that gives me so much inspiration to create my landscapes. When I was given the opportunity to visit the Great Bear Rainforest, the Central Coast, Rivers Inlet, I jumped at the opportunity. Rivers Inlet is a rugged, beautiful, isolated fort approximately 40 kilometers long and 3 kilometers wide, carved out of our coastal mountains by ancient glaciers whose emerald green runoff meets the nutrient-rich Pacific Ocean. Located midway up the coast of BC, on the Central Coast in the heart of one of the world's largest remaining tracts of temperate rainforest, Rivers Inlet is the traditional territory of the Wiikiino First Nations. After a 2-hour float plane ride from Vancouver, you arrive at the Good Hope Cannery, which is in the heart of Rivers Inlet. Good Hope was built in 1895 by Henry Bell Irving and operated as a salmon canning facility from inception until World War II. For over 100 years, the cannery has been perched atop a secluded horseshoe bay halfway up the inlet. Salmon canneries existed in BC in the hundreds from the late 19th to the mid-20th century. There was once as many as 12 canneries operating in Rivers Inlet. While faint traces of some of these old canneries exist, only Good Hope and Goose Bay are intact. At Good Hope, a plan to preserve and protect an important part of BC's salmon canning heritage has been ongoing for many years. One of the lodge guides took me on a tour of the museum. Incredible artifacts and such a collection of information and history of the canning era, rich in history. This room holds an impressive story. What an incredible place to start my adventure. And looking out into the inlet presented such an incredible landscape. I knew just this one spot would inspire many paintings. Not having a place to set up and paint on land, I decided to head out with the fishing boats, who left extremely early in the morning, in the darkness. The wake-up call was 5:30 a.m. I had seen pictures and I had an idea this area held many beautiful landscapes. But when I arrived, I was blown away with the beautiful, inspiring vistas that I was greeted with. Prior to this trip, I did not have much experience with fishing boats or fishermen, but the journey taught me a lot. Spending 10-11 hours a day out on the water gave me an incredible sense of the beauty of this area. It was actually a perfect storm. Had I been able to set up on beach, I may not have gone out in the fishing boats. But because I was forced out onto the water with the fishermen, I learned so much. I realized I had so much in common with fishermen. They float to an area and sit there for hours, and that gave me the opportunity to enjoy the landscape and the way the light traveled through the hills. We would continue to visit the same places, either in the afternoon or the following days, and I would get to enjoy the same place and see the difference in the quality of light, the way it changed, the way the clouds moved through the mountains. It gave me so much reference material to build my new series. Being immersed in this environment gave me so much information and inspiration, something you simply can't capture in a photo, but you have to experience by being out in it. I learned that Rivers Inlet has 2 estuaries, and they both house a 7-year salmon run, something unique to this part of the world. The trip ended way too fast, but I was excited to get back to my studio and start painting. I knew I had an incredible amount of material and inspiration to build a new exhibit of Rivers Inlet. This is one of the first paintings I've completed for the new series, and it is one of the areas that we visited many times during my trip. It took me 6 months to paint and create this special exhibition of Rivers Inlet. I'm so excited to share this with the public, and I really hope that the beauty I saw will be translated to the viewers. This is such an incredible part of our world, and such an important place for us to conserve for our future. This trip has just solidified my love of the West Coast. From February 3rd, Saturday, to February 17th, Saturday, this exhibit will be at Madrona Gallery in Victoria. I invite everyone to come by and see the beauty I have captured in the paintings of this area. I am a proud supporter of the Nature Conservancy of Canada. What does that mean? That means that I contribute directly to this worthwhile organization. And with the sale of my works, I also help make a difference in conserving the beauty of our province and the West Coast.